Ladies and gentlemen, SgtDoomsday here from Stupid Stuff Incorporated, and today we're going to be setting our eyes upon Marvel Heroes. This is an action RPG set in the Marvel universe where you get to play as some of your favorite Marvel characters. So, Storm is busy interrupting me, as she tends to do a lot, but I'm going to be giving you in this video kind of my first impressions of the game. I've played 1, maybe 2 hours of the game so far, and I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what the game is. So I'm actually going to start off with probably, I might say one of the coolest parts of this game, which is being able to play some of your favorite Marvel characters. So I'm going to open up the store, I'm going to go to Heroes, and you'll notice that there's a decent variety of characters you can play. They have all the main ones, people like Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, and Iron Man, but they also have some ones that are a bit lesser known. People like Black Widow, Deadpool, Daredevil, Colossus, Cyclops. People that, these aren't like obscure characters, but they're not the main Marvel characters. And it's kind of cool to see that they actually put a variety of characters into the game. I will say though that these are very expensive. This is $9 right here. This is $12. People like Deadpool and Spider-Man are $20. It's a little bit outrageous, I will say. I feel like it's a bit more expensive than it should be, but this isn't the only way to acquire characters. When I first started the game, I picked Storm as my first character, and when I defeated, I think, like the second boss or something in the game, he basically dropped Thing as a character that I can play. So it is possible to unlock characters just purely through gameplay, but it's on random rare drops. I believe only off bosses, but I could be wrong on that. Alright, so let's get down to the gameplay.
No, you are not.
So let's travel to the Jersey docks, and we're gonna shoot some dudes with lightning, as you do. Alright, so just finished loading, and now I am out here, and I can zap things, which is kind of cool. I have to say, graphically, the game is, for an action RPG, good. I'm not going to say it's impressive, because you zoom in and it's like, the textures look kind of flat, and at least the character models look a bit flat, and very overly smooth. The world environments look good. Again, they don't look great. This is no Diablo 3 graphically, at least in the world of action RPGs, but it's not bad looking either. So, you'll notice down at the bottom I have my abilities. I have Lightning Bolt, which is this thing. Just shoots lightning bolts all over the place. I have Sirocco Rush, which just rushes me forward. I have Gusting Tempest, which creates basically, it's kind of like Whirlwind in a way from Diablo, but it's knockback. And I just hit A again by accident. And then I have Buffering Cypher, I believe I pronounced that correctly. And that's basically a knockback ability. I will say I am slightly impressed just with the variety of the abilities. It's very kind of cool and interesting that they didn't just do like, this does some damage, this stuns the enemy for 1 second. They actually did some cool abilities that you can use fairly creatively. So now I'm actually going to show you the character stats here. You've got the different stats here, which benefit you in different ways, I assume, depending on your character, because like, energy doesn't seem to have any benefit for me, neither does intelligence, but I'm honestly not sure. Oh, no, it does say it has a benefit for me. I honestly don't know then, but I'm not entirely sure how this works. Again, this is a first impressions, but you will notice that I do have a lot of loot in my inventory. Honestly, the amount of cool items you get, I would say, is on par with Diablo 3, which, for those of you who are longtime Diablo fans, was pretty disappointing on the loot side of things. So, you know, once in a while you find a cool item, a green or maybe even a blue, but it's overly balanced. And I will admit, they do give you some cool bonuses, but so far anyway, I haven't found anything amazing or outstanding, even for this character or in other characters. And you notice, most of the things I have are for Storm, but there's some things like, this is for Captain America, this is for Thor, this is for Cyclops. So next I'm actually going to open up my powers panel, and you'll see this is kind of similar to, I would say, old school WoW almost, more so than Diablo, though I guess it is kind of similar to Diablo 2, in a sense, and I believe Diablo 3, though I forget exactly how that worked. You basically unlock different abilities, and then once you reach a certain level, like for this level 10, you can work your way down the skill tree. You get 2 points every level that you can spend in whatever you want that is available. As you'll see, like, to use Refreshing Breeze, I'd have to be level 22 and have, I believe, at least 1 point in this. But for some things, like here, I just need level 8. This I just need, I don't even know if that has, oh, I'm sorry, level 5. That's next rank, rather. But it gives you 2 skill points per level, which allows you to kind of build a more powerful character rather than, oh, I'm going to get 2% more damage here. You know, from what I have seen so far, they actually give you some decent bonuses and some cool things you can do. So let's actually hop into the combat now. You will notice that there are other players around. I believe that is Deadpool over there. So this guy's going to talk to us. I'm just going to ignore him because YOLO. And that is a giant robot. So, I will say that the enemy variety is good. The enemy variety in this game is pretty cool. I'm not a fan of all the different Marvel characters, and I'll be honest, I haven't really been invested in Marvel comics for a long time. For a while. I've watched some of the newer Marvel shows. I've watched the old ones from back in the 90s. I know my way around the Marvel universe, but I'm not a super comic book nerd when it comes to Marvel. But I believe we are fighting AIM right now. And they're our mole men. And they are attacking me. I'm going to fend them off with my S ability here. Or I'm just going to call it S. And shoot them. I will say that the abilities lead some very cool potential. Very cool potential things you can do. Just being able to knock people back, or push them back, or make them buff it back from around you, and then shoot them with lightning, or rush at people. It allows some very cool things to be done. There are some items in the game. None of these barrels seem to be them, but they'll show a little hand over them, and you can pick them up and throw them at people, and stuff like that, which can be very cool. A lot of the world is destructible, and as you can see, they're mobile. I don't think this is destructible, but I can kick it around. And this guy here, I can push back over there and zap him. I don't know if we're going to be able to show you a boss fight in this video, but the boss fights are... Oh, there's Venom. There may be a boss fight in this video, but I will say the boss fights are very bullet spongy. The regular combat with minions, like these guys, doesn't seem to be very bullet spongy. It can be a bit repetitive, but honestly, the AI isn't all that bad, actually. It does some cool things. It's kind of hard to tell, actually. The enemies, the thing I do like, is the enemies have some cool abilities. Like, this guy walked up to me, and he has that giant, like, hammer fist thing. He's swinging down at me. That's a lot cooler than this guy walking up to me and swinging at me a couple times, generically. It's a lot cooler. I'm actually going to use a health pack right now, because I was not looking at my health. I'm actually going to attack, or go over to where Venom is right now. Oh, these other people are fighting him. That is pretty cool. Every other boss fight I've run into, actually, until now, has been solo. This appears to be an event boss, which is actually pretty darn cool, I have to say. So, going to see if we can take out Venom here without getting me killed. That would be the ideal event to happen. Being me not dying. So, you never know. Now, one thing I will say that this game does have a bit of a problem is you'll notice that there are several storms here, and I believe I saw another Wolverine a minute ago. And there's that can be a bit of a problem. If you're looking for a more immersive game, that can be a bit of a problem, just because, especially when you're in Stark Tower, or the Avengers Tower, whatever it's called, there might be half a dozen people playing the same character you are running around, which can be a bit of an immersion breaker. And honestly, that isn't super important to me, but I know to a lot of people it can be. So just be aware of that if you do decide to play this game, that it's a little bit weird. I will say that. It's a little bit... It's kind of strange. I've never really seen another game do something like that before. So I do have to say, though, this game is impressing me the more I play it. The encounters are interesting and cool and fairly fun. The abilities are cool and enjoyable. It's fairly enjoyable to be able to just knock back guys and just do this kind of thing. Oh, wrong button. But yeah, I'd say it's overall, I would say it's a good game. Honestly, it doesn't really grip me in any way. I will say that it's good. There's nothing outstanding about it. That's the main problem I have with it, honestly, is it's well done, but it's fairly... The combat is fairly dry, I will say. There's nothing really to flare it up. It gets very button spammy, especially in instances like this. Like, I'm literally just spamming the left mouse button most of the time. I'll occasionally hit one of my abilities when I get a bunch of guys around me, but honestly, it's decent, but there's nothing outstanding about it. It's a little bit weird just with having many of the same characters around, but honestly, if you are a fan of the Marvel Universe and this game interests you, I would go ahead and give it a shot. Just be aware of some of the immersion-breaking stuff. Story-wise, there is a story, but it's not in the forefront of the game. So I think I'm just going to finish off this aim crush bot, and then I think I'm going to wrap this video up. Alright, this guy is actually very tough. He's probably a group boss of some description. And those guys just appeared out of nowhere. I think it is very cool, though, that you can just be running around the world and you can just see the Hulk jump in and smash a bunch of dudes. I think that is very cool. I'm going to run away now. But I feel like the combat, I mean, honestly, it's a good game. It's hard, I'm trying to figure out if there's really any problems I have with it, besides the ones I've really stated, and I can't really come up with anything. I mean, it doesn't really have any major outstanding issues. It's a good game, honestly. There's nothing outstandingly bad about it, but there's nothing outstandingly good about it either. It's good. It's a solid game. It doesn't really do anything new or unique, though. So if you're a fan of the Marvel Universe and you would like to give this game a shot, I would give it my mark of approval, which means pretty much nothing, but if it is something that interests you, I would go ahead and give it a shot. It's a decent game, and it's solid. It doesn't, as I said, it doesn't really do anything unique, new, or different, but it's a solid game. So I think that is it for this time. We've been setting our eyes upon Marvel Heroes. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this, please give the video a thumbs up, and please leave any feedback and constructive criticism you have in the comments. If you have another question for us, again, leave it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. My name has been SgtDoomsday from Stupid Stuff Incorporated, and I will see you guys next time.